All right, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's weekly Quiptic crossword, which should be a little easier than the ones during the week, set today by Hectons, but first let's have our cryptic clue of the day. Infusion mix is neat, 6 letters. Infusion mix is neat, and it begins with T. All right, let's see what Hectons has. Posh locality, unexpectedly losing hotel, appears unbothered. Well, when I see hotel, I immediately think of the letter H from the phonetic alphabet. We're looking for 11 letters in the answer. Posh locality is 12. So then we take away the H from hotel, losing hotel. And then I think unexpectedly is telling us to anagram the remaining letters. Appears unbothered. Am I bothered? Something to something. Yeah, I think I'm going to need a letter or two for that anagram. Prepares tea set and evenly soaks the nettles for brewing. Brewing, I'm wondering if that could be an anagram indicator, although prepares could be too. The evenly suggests we're taking the even letters out of maybe soaks the nettles. Yeah, I'm wondering if prepares tea set might be the definition, and there's some phrase like not shall I be mother, but puts the something. Oh, how about puts the kettle on? Yeah, I think maybe because we'll get the K. The even letters of soaks would be the O and the K. And then I'm wondering if maybe we do take all of the nettles, and actually if kettle is right, it's not much of an anagram of nettles. Maybe it's prepares tea, and maybe set is part of that anagram. Anyway, let me try. Oh, where are we going to get the P? Oh, set might be put. Yeah, I think that might be it. Puts the kettle on, like Polly. All right, vessel in painting, capturing old voyager's heart. I think it's going to be a vessel of some kind, which could be a ship, but it could also be an artery type. Oh, how about aorta? Painting is going to capture the O, I think, from old, and then the voyager's heart, I think, will be the A. Oh yeah, painting is art. That's exactly what it is. And the art captures the old, and then at the end we have the heart of Voyager. All right, so now pause locality appears unbothered. I think that must be an S. I think it must be a verb like appears. Not pays no attention. Oh, plays. Yeah, something to. Yeah, it can't be no, so maybe to. And where's the Y going to be? I'll have to come back to that again. Trump's no politician, taken in by message that's false. Oh, I'm thinking, I was just confused because of the T and the R. But I think it's not true. So we have two T's, and I think the Trump without a politician, well, that's an MP, so that's just going to be TRU. and that's taken in by a note, which would be a message. Drink delicate cocktail left disregarded. I think this is going to be similar to the posh locality losing hotel. Here I think we're going to lose L for left. It's going to be disregarded from delicate. And that's, yeah, I think is a cocktail of the remaining letters would be iced tea. All right. Risks always in syndicate selling out. Ah, I don't get that at all. Stick around in boat question mark. Yeah, I think there's something. I'm thinking about a stick could be a baton, which uses the letters from boat plus the final N from in, but I don't think that's right. Sample from microbrewery in jug. All right, we have a hidden clue. A sample from the word microbrewery would give us a ewer, an old word for a jug. Perseveres, training sisters to break code. Now, it might be a phrase that means perseveres, like carries on. Training sisters. Oh, maybe that's anagramming sisters. And is that then going to break or go in the middle of code? But I am wondering too if maybe the definition is break code. I don't see it. Let's go back to the Downs. Lister analyzed disease, finally finding antiseptic. Oh, maybe, yeah, I think we anagram. Yeah, I don't like analyzed as an anagram indicator for Lister, but I think that's going to give us STERIL. And the final letter of disease is an E, and something that is antiseptic might be sterile. Set about suppressing arm spasms, 7 letters. Set about suppressing. That's, maybe set is the definition and a word for about. I think might go around or suppress an anagram of arm. But that would have to come after the I, which is funny. I ram, I mar, set. No. Some cricket players being dull. Is that a hidden clue? No. Yeah, maybe it's the name of a certain position in cricket. And it's going to mean being dull. Fielders, no. Undo locks and drop barriers for fun. To undo your locks, I think would be let your hair down. Unless it's let down your hair, but I think it's oh, it could be. Yeah, I know from when I first started doing cryptic crosswords when I was a wee lad in Ireland, and there would be 4-letter or phrases with a 4-letter word, and I would confidently write in your. Growing up in Ireland, that would be the normal thing to say. And then I'd find out, no, the answer was let one's hair down, which, of course, much more common to say in Britain. So anyway, we will find out. Powerless when embargoes lifted, breaking endless rules. Oh, well, I think an embargo might be a ban, and I think that's going to be lifted or reversed. And that's going to be inside rules without its end, and it's going to be breaking. Oh, I think without either end, so it becomes ULE, and we get unable or powerless. CERN incorporates a very large underground chamber. Yeah, I don't. I think it might be an underground chamber, but I can only think of cellar. Let's go back to the across. Oh, that was the risks always in syndicate. Selling out. Battalion would fit, but I don't see how that would fit at all. So there must be another word. And that's not baton. I'm wondering if a round might be a or an O. That's going to go in the middle of a four-letter boat, and it's going to mean stick. And that was our perseveres. Yeah, I think that's going to be ending in the first word, ending in an S. So I think this is going to be ones. All right. Discriminatory. Before judge, you ultimately played a risky game. Ooh. Discriminatory, I should say. Before judge, you ultimately sounds like the letter U. Judge can be sometimes just J, but I think it can also be an RM, Royal Magistrate, is it? I think it might mean discriminatory. And we're going to have maybe begin with you and then played a risky game. I don't know what that would be. You bet or something, and then that's going to be followed by a judge, and the whole thing will mean discriminatory. Read aloud, places to chill out. Maybe read aloud? No. Insect mostly eating Thailand's sacred flower. Maybe it, ooh. A flower, of course, can also be read as flower and be a river. But I think Thailand, I think I should say it. I'm very conscious of my THs, so I always say Thailand, but I think it's Thailand. Um, I think that might be part of the wordplay, and I think is the abbreviation for Thailand TH. And so then we might have an insect mostly, like most, let's say three of the four letters of an insect. Moth? No. All right, after slip, negotiating reef. Slip can be an error, or trip, or fall. Negotiating reef, I'm wondering if that's going to mean you anagram reef, or maybe goes inside of the word reef. Oh, I'm wondering about ending in something free, like if you're all right, maybe worry free. Not sure about that either. Setter invested in first-class air travel, including Cuba and the US. Oh, could it be America? Yes, I think the setter is me. Hecton's referring to herself as me in A A1 could be first class. Oh, but where's the R then? No, including Cuba. I mean, Cuba is part of the Americas, so maybe that's part of the definition. Or is it the C for the wordplay? Oh, I'm wondering if air travel could be an anagram of air. No, I think the I is part of AI, meaning A1, first class. Yeah, I'm not confident in that one at all. Autocrats switch rhetoric to business, working with rich men. That's quite timely. Wow, there's a lot in that. It's almost like you think of a word for autocrats, maybe dictators, and then you switch something that means rhetoric to something that means business. Working with rich men. Working anagram indicator, but no, I don't get that at all. How about new in stock, rudely find fault with cooking vessel? Oh, I'm thinking cooking vessel with the letters and the hyphen might be a non-stick pan. Yeah, new in, new I think is N, and in stock gives us 8 letters, and we rudely anagram those. And then to find fault with would be to pan, to criticize. All right. Unusually quiet, sun has problem. Well, quiet sun has 8 letters. It's also the name of a band that Phil Manzanera from Roxy Music was in. But S-U-N, quiet sun has problem. What kind of problem is that going to be? And is the QU going to be at the beginning? Ah, yeah, I think it is. I think it's just a question. That's quite straightforward, I think. Start off spiral design encircling long column. Is it going to mean start off? But I think the start off spiral is going to be an S, and then a word for design encircling. Oh, maybe that's going to encircle. Maybe we have to read it backwards. The S, which the design encircles. Design could be a plan. I think it might be a word for one of those old Greek or Roman columns, Doric or whatever. But then again, it may be another kind of column, like a newspaper column. Cancel tax set up by court. That's not correct. Is it going to mean canceller? That's not correct. Don't see it. Shifting rodent found in damaged rice. All right, well, that's, I think, helpfully telling us we're going to anagram rice around the outside and put a rodent inside. Well, rice is 4, so surely the rodent will be a rat. And shifting. Oh, erratic. There, yeah, not the definition I would have thought of, erratic, but yeah, not steady anyway. Still flat, sopranos gutted. Okay, I think the definition is still. You might say even so. Flat is even, and the word soprano is gutted to leave SO. All right, our autocrats begins with T. Our rich men. Oh, rich men might be tycoons. How do we get our autocrats? Switch rhetoric to... Oh. Well, I'm thinking autocrats might be tyrants. Ah, and I think they switch... What is the rhetoric? I think that might be a rant. Yeah, if you go on a rant, that might be considered rhetoric. And you change it to CO for company. And if something is working, it's on. So you end up with COON instead of RANT. That's a very tricky one, I think, for the weekly Quiptic, but let me know what you think. Run with mounting speed and go over again. Well, go over again, I'm thinking recap. Yeah, run is R from cricket, and then speed can be pace. And if that is mounting or reversed in a down clue, you get ECAP. All right, all right. After slip. Oh, I think if everything is right, you are error free. Oh, yeah, and so if slip is an error. Yeah, there we go. Fairly straightforward, too. That's our cancel, or that's not correct. Yeah, I don't see it. All right, let's go back to the top. Let's try the anagram helper, and I think it's posh without the H, and then a locality. Oh, the L at the end of the last word. Oh, I bet it's going to be double L. Yeah, again, where's the Y? Plays it cool. Ah, that's a good one. Okay. Set about. Oh, that might be just an anagram of set. No, no, I don't think that's right. Could it be spasms about suppressing arm? Triceps. Yeah, I don't see that. And some cricket players being dull. There are those 1 day tests, right? Is there a word like 1 dayer? Being dull. Let me pause and think about the second letter here. It's so funny. I didn't get very far in the alphabet thinking about the second letter before I looked back at the clue and thought, ooh, some cricket. If we break it there, we know that cricket is divided up into overs. And then we need a word for players, and then being dull. You know, I was thinking being not very interesting, but maybe if it's overcast, it is dull. And players, as in actors, would be the cast of a film. All right, stick Around in boat. Oh, yes, that's not an O. Stick around? Maybe we turn around a word for stick. In boat. Yeah, I don't get it. And this one I should definitely, I have enough letters, I think. Let me pause and think about which vowel is going to come between the B and the T. Ah, finally got it. Selling out is the definition, and if you sell someone out, you might betray them. So the risk is a bet. Oh, always in poetic form, I suppose, would be AY. And that's in a ring. A syndicate might be a ring of people. Ooh, all right. So now that G should be very helpful. Set about. Set about. So it's either set, maybe, or spasms. What is that? Oh, twinges, maybe. Might be little spasms. Ah, I think the arm is a wing. Oh, and it is an anagram of set. Actually, I think it's set reversed, turned about. And that does suppress the wing, which is your arm, like a wing of the military, an arm of the military. All right. Oh, we don't have anything extra for our incorporates. Yeah, what else can CERN be since it's already an acronym? Um, A very might be AV. Oh, a cavern. Oh, it is literally, oh my goodness, literally CERN going around AV, and a large underground chamber would be a cavern. All right, stick around in boat. Oh, a canoe, I suppose. Stick around. I think the stick is a cane with a round inside it. Oh, that's very fiendish phraseology. Again, I think that kind of way where you have to read things like Yoda backwards, like stick, and you also have to break it up, I think, with a round letter O inside the stick. I think that's quite advanced. Um, Although I think the answer itself is gettable once you have the crossers. All right. Perseveres. Oh, no, I was going to say presses on. Training sisters to break code. Oh, code could be like a code of law or rules that are followed as opposed to computer code. But I think it will be something on. What is that? Uh, oh no, maybe it's persists in. I like that. Oh, I think the code might be your PIN, personal identification number. Yeah, I think it's the anagram of sisters inside a PIN. I'm trying very hard not to say PIN number. That's, oh, discriminatory. Of course, I should have thought of a word with a J in it. Might be prejudiced. Before, I think, is pre. Judge is the J. You ultimately is the U, and you played a risky game. You diced. Either literally played with dice or diced with death. Here's our column. Start off spiral. Design encircling. Can long be abbreviated to L? I think only large can be L. our length could be L, but I am wondering if it is going to be the S from spiral and the L inside of plan. What's my insect now? I get rid of the... yeah, I think it might be... Oh, a flower might be a lotus. So what's our... Oh, I think our... I was going to say locust. Insect mostly eating. Maybe Thailand is simply the T. Oh, a louse, of course, is the insect, yeah. All right, start off spiral, design encircling long column. Oh, a pillar, I suppose, would be a column, of course. Should have thought of that. Oh, I think you take the start off of spiral. So I was thinking you would just use the first letter, but no, you take the start off and leave Piral. And so long must be L. But I think the design is telling us to anagram those 5 letters and put it around the L for long. Yikes. I think some quite tricky parsings today. Cancel, tax set up by court. That's not correct. I'm thinking inexact might mean not correct. Court will be the final CT. Oh, cancel is axe. And oh, cancel is axe. Is the, I think in Britain maybe you have national insurance, NI as a tax. I think of Northern Ireland, but I think it might be that. And that's all set up or reversed before the CT for court, as you might see on your address. All right, just read aloud places to chill out. Funny, I would have expected it to end in an S, but maybe it's the homophone for places, so maybe it's like ASE or ACE that's going to sound like a plural. And then I think read would be the definition, or read. Read. What would be places to chill out? A fridge? That's very tricky when the only letters you have are A and E. There's so many possibilities there. All right, let me pause for a moment and ponder. Yeah, I really can't think of anything for this. I'm going to put in base. I don't know. It doesn't really mean read. Maybe you chill out in bays. I'm sure it's wrong. Let's go ahead and check it. It's wrong. Let's reveal it. Lays. So to chill out is to laze. Yeah, I was reading it wrong, but so then read aloud places. Places lays down, of course. Well, that's disappointing. Let's check all. Did I get anything else wrong? No, I do notice we have a Q and a Z and a J. Did we have W? I think, yeah, I think this might be a panagram, a Y. Yeah, I'm fairly sure this is a pangram, so well done to Hectons. I do think this was a little trickier than it should be on a Sunday for our Quiptic, but let's go over to 15 Squared and see what they're saying. All right, the blog is by Shan. Hectons, as usual, provides a pangram. I didn't remember that. I think I followed all of the parsing eventually, but I did think some were quite... Oh yeah, the insect. All right, she had trouble with this. See below at answer 1. Yeah, I think that's the way I eventually came up with it, but let's see what others are saying. Yeah, KVA, good old KVA, confirms T in Laos. Oh, and NI was national insurance. Oh, and the other people thought the locust as well. Reveal lays. Ah, lays replaces wasn't obvious. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not the... Also found lays the most difficult. Yeah, a few people. I thought that was quite tough for a Quiptic. Some stuff a little shaky. Oh, a license. Oh, yeah, I never looked at the Cuba one. Let me pull up that America. Yeah, sorry. Where is America? There we go. Me inserted into A plus air anagrammed and C for Cuba, including Cuba. Yeah, very tricky. Anyway, yeah, I thought a little tougher than it should be for Ecliptic, but got there in the end, minus lays. All right, thanks as always for watching. Have a great day and have a great week ahead.